social issues, and sports in general. The Final Word with your hosts, Joe, Dre, John, Chris, and Dave. And now, without further ado, presenting the Final Word.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are here today. We're here for an hour. Now, we did it last week. Let's see if we can run it back 2 weeks in a row, straight hour. None of that
You said
2 hours.
not with Chris here.
Right, Chris is here. That's what somebody said. Hey, y'all didn't have Chris there. That's how y'all made it in the hour.
Some bullshit, dog.
Somebody did really say that. We got a special guest. I'm going to let Chris Ward, chatty patty self over there, introduce our guest. He's not a first timer. This is not his first time. We've had him before. But go ahead, Chris.
We did have him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Damn, during COVID. Yeah. Homeboy, for years, man. Played ball overseas. Played college ball at Colorado State. From Nebraska. Ooh, Nebraska, baby. You know, second round draft pick of the Seattle Supersonics back in the day. Mr. Joe Vogel.
Vogel.
Welcome, Joe.
Pleasure.
So, Joe, I do have something I want to ask you.
Oh, hell.
Is you the illest brother out of Nebraska? Is you batty fool?
I guess. I don't know what that means.
That's a movie reference, man. I'm full of movie references. Somebody, if you caught that, put it in the comments of what movie that's from. Help everyone see who's with me. Is you batty fool? Can't believe that went over y'all's head. Nobody didn't catch that?
I didn't catch
Right?
it. Yeah.
What movie?
One Ice
catch
Cube
that.
movie.
Nope, hell no.
Well,
You know it, John?
Yes, I just can't think of the movie. It's crazy I know more shit than y'all.
No, it's not.
My man had the big glasses on. Right or wrong? I
did.
know. Come on, though. I'm the
Not
black
Sunset.
Puerto Rican,
Not Sunset Park.
No, hell no.
But there's something else that you should have said to give it away. Remember he was biting a banana? I don't like that. I don't like that shit. Remember that?
see, this why we go long, right?
I'm gonna have a drink of
It's
dime.
not belly.
It's belly.
It's belly.
Y'all
Come on, man.
Y'all
Belly.
done,
Give me my credit, boy. That's what I do.
see, y'all done killed 3 minutes.
Yeah, we killed 3 minutes.
Now we got 57.
We are live on Instagram for the first time, experimenting with something on the Coach Joe Filine page, I think. So this past weekend, we had Blake make it to the championship game, and they lost. I think everybody was there except Chris.
I was sick.
There you go.
Even the two
was
guys
sick.
that flew in from Charlotte made it.
Right, that's right.
I was sick, bro.
fans, baby.
I could have came and contaminated all y'all.
John's driving there. He's like, "You think these guys would drive to my game if they landed in
When I
Charlotte?"
walked in, I said, if my son ever make a
If you was in the
mistake,
state championship, yeah, we'd be there.
need all y'all there, baby.
Yeah, we'd be there.
We were backed up on I-4 at the Hard Rock. I'm like, John, we should just get off, right?
But I'm gonna keep it 100. We're hearing the game on the way on the highway, and y'all was up by 10, maybe 8, something like that. And as soon as I walked in, the third quarter wasn't the best. Jennifer, my wife, talking about, yo, can y'all go back on the highway, yo? Because we was doing fine before y'all two got here. Man, shout out to Blake, though. They made it that far. In my opinion, they had an opportunity to really win it, man. So, shout out to them.
Shout out to all the teams that went out. All 5 teams that went from Hillsborough County. That's big time.
Even the girls.
Yeah, girls also
Bloomingdale girls made
into the finals.
So we had two teams in the finals,
Correct.
right? And
Bloomingdale
then
girls.
5 teams in the Final Four. Right?
5
Yes.
total. Yeah.
Slam. Yes, Slam, Blake, Berkeley, Bloomingdale,
Sefner.
Sefner girls.
And Berkeley's, they got hosed a little bit. And then the team that beat them won by how many?
18, I think.
Look at that. So
There were some local folks that was rejoicing because Blake lost. Hillsborough County folks.
Yeah.
Am I lying, Dre?
No, you're not.
A local referee.
I'm with you when you're right.
I'm with you right.
A local referee
I'm with you right.
was ecstatic, smiling from ear to ear, was so excited about it. And he better be lucky I'm new to this iPhone stuff, because I tried to pull it out and take a picture. I showed Dre first. I said, look at him. And I mean, but it's I mean, it's not surprising. I mean, it's not surprising. I've been saying it, and see, y'all be acting like I be tripping, but I showed you. So
Was
you
he
saw it
right
for
now?
yourself.
Show you right, Ray Ray.
They're showing support.
No, they weren't showing support. They weren't showing no support. They was there to see them lose, because that's what they came to the previous game. But I mean, he was happy when they went down. So if I would have had my Android phone, I would have got him. I'm quick with the Android, man. I'm still learning how to use this iPhone. But that's neither here nor there, man. It's expected. Very proud of the team. Glad they were able to. Make it to the big show, bring some hardware back, to the city, even though it's not a championship, but they still get to bring some hardware back. It's been a long time since a public school brought some hardware back. I think since Garcia's Sickles team.
2012. Right?
Yeah.
And before that was, 84 Plant City?
No.
Wait a minute, it wasn't 12. Denari was on that team as a junior. That was 17.
Yeah, it wasn't.
17. Okay, and then before that was 82, I think.
Yeah, because that was with Workman.
Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce Workman.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at that game.
But in the first time in school history for Blake High School. So they made it to the Final Four with Brandon Channer in that group, before, but this is the first time they made the championship game. So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
Proud
That's
of them.
what's up.
Absolutely.
All right, so Dre has been really chatty patty.
Oh yes, I have. It's some good
Really
stuff.
chatty patty. He sent some things, and
Spring.
I didn't get a chance to send Taurus an agenda, but let me go to it and see what we're gonna tackle first. But let's start with.
So hold on before you start that. That was a big celebration today.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. I knew I was forgetting something.
Yeah, man, that was a very big celebration.
Why you looking at me
today.
crazy, man? I knew I was forgetting something.
Hey John, that's strike them 3
I'm
now.
saying that he lucky he my real homie. He is so lucky. I love this dude, boy.
That's what I was supposed to start with, man. But
I appreciate you, Jay. When friends like this, you don't need anything.
Bro, I can't work like this without my agenda, man. Usually I stay at work late. Y'all got me at Chili's. I didn't get to put nothing together.
Oh, you went to Chili's?
Yeah, I did. Dave and them set it up.
Wait,
Who I was there?
hey,
Everybody but John.
I'm telling.
Everybody but John. Hey,
Hey,
Yo,
he wasn't at the
oh,
breakfast.
Torres, don't do that, Torres. Don't do that, Torres. See, you get ready to get Torres. Hey, it must be a Latino thing. Ain't no Puerto Ricans and family people involved.
They got 2 white boys too. That's crazy.
all right, so we
Chris' phone must be broken.
we got an hour, so we got a hard out at what, 9 o'clock?
No, we got the alarm.
10 o'clock. 10
10
o'clock.
o'clock.
Hard out.
He
at
said 9:45.
No, he said 9:59. He set the alarm.
Torres.
Here we go. What we got?
All right, so we're going to start off with.
The celebration.
Oh, my bad.
God damn.
I told you I can't work under these conditions, man.
Hey, we're gonna
Tell me about the
Hey,
celebration.
you missed Saturday.
He did miss Saturday.
Missed Saturday.
We had a training camp, man.
Hey, you gotta crop him in the picture.
Hold on. She
Crop
said
him in
Torres
the
the
picture.
picture.
Crop him. Send Torres the picture.
Yeah, and
Which
post
one?
it. Yeah.
Which one? That one?
That one right there. Yeah.
Torres,
crop.
hold on.
The
Yeah,
second
crop.
one. The new
All
one.
right, since Joe is off track today, let me jump in here. So today,
And then send him the other one. Go ahead, bro.
Go.
all right. So today we had the Skills Center ribbon cutting, man, and we probably had over 500 people there. Like the community really came out. The facility is not 100% complete, but 95%. The gym is complete. It was just pretty dope to see all the politicians. All the mayor was there. All of our Skills Center kids that could come. All the parents. I mean, people in the community. People I haven't seen in years.
All the people, all the companies.
Yeah,
we even had
companies. Yeah.
we had people come in from out of like the Raptors,
Right. Out of Toronto.
Philadelphia. I mean, we had a lot of good folks in.
So let's head all up, people.
Yeah,
All of Cleveland was
All
there.
of Cleveland.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom,
Take the
boom,
bronze
boom.
in time.
Right. But it was just something that, man, me, Chris, and Celeste, we've been doing this thing for, a long
minute.
time, man. And to see the building, with that orange and the Skills Center and then that big sign that says Skills, like it's a blessing, man. So whoever came out, appreciate it.
Man came from Anderson, South Carolina,
Anderson,
baby.
baby.
Joe came all the way down. My man Z from Miami.
Yeah.
Out of Croatia came down. But it was just dope, man. So we appreciate everybody who's been riding with us for all these years. We appreciate all the people that say we couldn't do it. We appreciate you. You're more than welcome to come out and see what we couldn't do. But it's a blessing, man. And it ain't about us, and it's not for us. It's about everybody. It's about the kids. So hopefully in about 2-3 weeks, the doors will be open, man. We hope everybody can come out and enjoy what we're trying to offer.
Hopefully it's open in 3 weeks.
It better be.
Well, it better be.
It was good, though.
There's some trouble.
It was dope.
And just my spiel off of that, out of all the people who spoke, like you said, politicians and companies, and the thing that stood out to me was the collaboration. That you guys couldn't do it on your own. You needed help from community partners, and there were a plethora of them.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
And
What?
that
Whoa.
came together.
That's a word.
Boy, that's a big bird.
What?
Ding, 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 ding.
You can't get it tonight, Joe.
Doctor.
But that's true. A lot of people don't like to collaborate. A lot of people don't like to partner. People used to think we don't. But you're right, Dre. We couldn't do this without the city of Tampa, CDC, Men of Vision, G3. Like, it's a lot of partnerships that came into this.
Right.
So the county, the police department. So we appreciate everybody. You're right. You can't do big things by yourself.
But I ain't have no partnerships on the basketball side. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying.
Shots fired. Shots. Pew, pew.
All right, Joe, what you got, baby?
Torres, you got a picture?
Yeah, the podcast took a picture.
Oh, yeah, the podcast took a picture. Man.
The song got something to say.
I'm so glad Joe made it.
I'm still taller than John.
I need the other one. That ain't the one.
What the other one at?
Nah, that ain't the one.
He sit up.
There we go. We got it.
Nah, that ain't the one.
Joe gets invited to a nice lunch.
See, Torres, go to the box after you
Oh,
That is the one.
there it is.
That is the one.
That's sexy right there, bro.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
See, John, Torres, go to the box that says proof. I just uploaded it just now.
There you go. There you
I was on
go.
my way. Look, I even got my skills center stuff on, man. I was dressed for this part.
Hey, look, you know he was gonna bring it up.
I got a call from the VP that I had to be in this meeting, from my director that I had to be in a VP meeting, and I was the only one that was available. And I knew y'all was gonna come at me tonight. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get up here and post some proof.
So which one?
It says proof.
Oh Lord.
The one he just typed up.
I just put it in there.
Hey, send me some from work.
I said, let me come with some ammo just in case they come for
In
me.
the Dropbox?
It's in the Dropbox.
Oh my
Shout out to JoJo and Tasha for representing for the Feline family.
Jersey.
And Jersey.
I don't see one that says proof.
Ain't shit proof about it.
He's still stuck in the T-Mobile exchange email. He's waiting for HR.
Approve it. They gonna
It's in
approve
the
it.
Torres box. It's proof.
Oh my
See
God.
everything else, but not.
Yeah, no, don't worry
I might have
about
to
it.
refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
I just added it while they were
okay,
talking.
okay.
Yeah, I added it while they was being chatty patty. over here.
Oh my
It
God.
was a good day though, man. It was
Man, it
I
definitely
hate
was. I'm glad that
couldn't-
time was over.
I hate I couldn't be there, man.
Look.
at
What is?
Look at
where
that.
you at?
Better than me. You the only one in the meeting?
Only one in the meeting, bro, to represent Tampa. Look at that big old room. The only one in there, and everybody else, that's the VP right there.
They were all at the skill center.
I knew y'all was going to come for me, man. I knew y'all was
You
coming.
could have got on that meeting on your phone.
Right.
Shit, now when they asking them questions, I got to have that data, boy. Shoot, you know how stressful that is?
Joe doing the big trucker honking the horn there.
Yo, where you at?
Sure, I'm in the lab right now. It's a shakedown meeting right now, boy. You have no idea. You see these grays in my beard? Today was one of them days where I had to pull up my pay stub and look at them.
Yeah, go meet with Jerry Jones.
That's why I'm
why I do
here.
it.
That's why I'm here. All right. So we're gonna go to Dre's first chatty patty, and it is talent or connections. We'll start with that one.
Every week, your host explores to the ends of
Hey, what am I
civilization in
doing?
his quest to bring
We
you
never did
something
the intro,
to
man.
talk about.
Angry Man Chronicles.
His
Old head
efforts has
Chronicles.
no boundaries as he searches
real
for
big,
the topic of the week.
and just let it get smaller.
Putting in the work to deliver great content that encourages thought and provokes conversation.
Oh, that's another one too.
Presenting Nuggets by Dre.
I got a two-tone wig on.
Oh my God.
We ready?
Yes, sir.
It's both, right? It's you still have to be talented to get to the levels that you want to be at, right? And what I mean by that is like, yeah, who you know is going to help you, and who you know not going to get you drafted, but like who you know can get you seen on the court, right? Somebody can say, hey, pick up the phone, hey, my kid is playing on court 3 at 10 o'clock, can you come watch him, right? But at some point, your game got to step up. Let's just say hypothetically, you send the person to go watch the kid, right?
You gotta read
Send the
closed
person to go
caption.
watch the kid, and the kid get 2 points. What happens after that? Now, flip side, you send the person to go watch the kid, and the kid does some work that he been doing. Now you got something to work with. So it's not automatically, they go hand in hand, right? Like you still need to be able to play enough to like get the cosign to work for you, right? Who you know is extremely important. Not gonna lie about that. But if you have no game, you can know Barack Obama.
Yeah.
You can know Calipari's middle name. If he come watch you and you trash, you trash.
Yes.
Right? So who you know can get you in the camp, right? Oh yeah, I can make a phone call, get you in the MBPA camp, cool. Throw your favor out there, you get the camp for 3 days and you get exposed. Now your feelings is hurt. So you gotta have some level of 50-50, man. You gotta have some type of game. And then on top of that, who you know can help you continue to navigate and get you through them doors. You just looking for somebody to open that door for you, right? Hey, give me a shot to be seen if I'm doing the work, right? And I'm good enough. So just make a call, make something happen, open up some doors, and when you get there, you got to do some level of work.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, production speaks, right? Who you know can get you to college, but can I get you on the court if you just in practice every day looking like a bag of dirt?
All right, we'll let Mr. Vogel tackle that first. And what do you think? Because you've been there, you've been drafted, all that stuff, NBA. So what do you think? Connections or connections or what?
Talent.
Talent.
Talent. There it is.
I mean, obviously, you have to have something going into the. They got to see something.
Right.
With me, I was 6'11" and I could run a little bit, and I could shoot a little bit.
Right.
They can teach everything else. That's what I'm telling my 12-year-olds now. I got a 12-year-old daughter that's almost 6 feet tall.
Nice.
And if she can chew gum and walk at the same time, she's going to have a chance.
Right. Yep.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Right.
But the connections have to be there as well.
Right.
I mean, how many times have you heard guys from small schools coming out not getting that look because of where they came from?
Correct.
You're coming from a Kentucky or a Duke, you're going to get those looks that you might not get someplace else.
So I look at it as a connection, and there's levels to it. So it's just like we're travel ball coaches. And when we go out, we give kids the opportunity to play in front of college coaches. So they would have to perform in front of those coaches. And of course, if you have connections at that next level, now you got to put your name on some things. So if that kid, even though he's playing, but he's not to performing to that standard to where I want to send his name to this coach or what have you. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And just say he go there and don't turn out. Now that I think that puts a damper basically on that connection relationship.
Absolutely.
And it hurts kids that are coming up. So that's why I think people need to be truthful.
Yes.
With kids, you know, if they have these capital connections, just be truthful about these things that they're capable of doing. And, you know, like Chris have connections, and of course we all have connections, but I'm not going to put my name on a product that I think is not ready.
Right.
That's right.
So I give you a perfect example. It's been for the last month. The kid that you introduced me to from England.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so you brought a school in, I brought in 2 schools. Kid is 6'10", 230, pretty athletic. You don't see that at 18 just walking around here, his size. So his size alone would be a conversation. So I called 2 schools, and they came over immediately because I said 6'10", 230, and he was 18.
Right.
And he has some athleticism. But as I was telling the kid, I'm working him out. Bro, don't be out of shape. Go run. Go get yourself in shape. Go run. Go get yourself in shape. First coach came in. It's like, man, I like him. Got to be in shape. Second coach came in. Man, walked out. Like, you got to do this. You got to. They're giving him pointers so they can come back to see him again because he wasn't ready physically. So the relationships and the connections got him in the door. But also the 6'10", 230, 18 years old was a conversation piece too. Just because how many kids in Hillsborough County? We have 28 public high schools.
Yep.
And probably another 17 charter and private schools in this county. How many 6'10", 230 you have walking around at 18?
2.
2? That are athletic.
So honestly,
1.
what got him in the door? Was it your connect or him being 6'10"?
It's a little
6'10" got
both.
him in the door.
6'10". If I would have called and say it
But
was
it
6,
started with the connect.
it
You didn't know
started
anybody.
with the relationship. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I get.
Well, hold
I-
on. It started with a kid. You would have never called if
If
the
he wasn't
kid's
6'10",
6'1",
it
you're
wouldn't-
not calling.
Exactly.
No,
if
no,
you'd have
if
called,
he
if
was
you'd
a
have
hell
called
of
your
a player.
schools and he was a point guard,
But if he was a hell of
you'd
a
have had
player, if he were a hell of a player and he was
Right.
6'1", 6'2", yes, I would have still made the same call. I've done it before.
6'1", not hell of a player. 6'10", not hell of a player. You're calling for the 6'10",
Oh, no,
not
no,
the
no,
6'1".
no. Yeah, I'm calling for the 6'10".
Yeah,
Of course,
okay,
of course.
I'm
There's
calling
just
for
not.
the
There's
6'10".
just. There's just
Yeah.
none of them.
And he's and every call I made, I said, he's a kid that needs to redshirt. Do you have a year that he? I still have 2 schools that are calling me now, are interested, and they've never. I just sent video of the kid in a workout, and they're still calling. And I said he has to be a redshirt kid. You have to be willing to put some effort into him and some energy, and give him a year, and then maybe he'll be able to play the second year. That's not even a promise.
So with that being said, so basically you're saying a difference between a 6'10" and a 6 foot or below type
the difference.
guard. So,
Yeah, I'm not going to call on a 6'1" kid and he has, I mean, they're a dime a dozen, but 6'10", 230, I mean, but that's the conversation.
But look at the connection. So you had his coach that's in England, knew me from back in the day, so he called me.
Yep.
I called Chris. Chris called the coaches. So it's, the connection.
It's a relationship.
Right. Yeah. And so now he has to display his talent. He has the size, he has the physical tools.
He just has to get better.
Right. Correct.
Got to be ready. I mean, you got to be
But
ready.
it can't be just up on, like, we gave him the opportunity.
It's on him.
Yeah.
He's got to be ready.
And a lot of these kids aren't.
No.
Yeah. So if you look at the Tracy McGrady, how he ended up coming about, he was at Auburndale, small town, a badass.
Oh, he was
obviously.
tough.
At Auburndale.
Yes.
At Auburndale High School, yep. Alvin Jones' dad pulled them out. Took him to the it was the ABCD camp or one of those camps where he went against Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom was the #1 player in the nation, destroyed everybody put in front of him. So when they matched up with each other first game of the camp, all of the coaches were there to watch that game. And they said, Lamar Odom about to destroy another one of these kids in here. Not only did T-Mac shut him down, he destroyed him on the offensive end and did his thing the rest of that camp, the rest of the way. After that camp was over, we had a new #1 player in the nation. Went from unranked to that. But his connection was Alvin Jones' dad, getting him to that camp, putting him in Mount Zion, and he displayed his talent when he got in front of everybody.
We can go even further back than that because we've been doing it for a long time. Ronaldo Balkman.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
He hadn't played 1 game here in Hillsborough County.
Yep. Correct.
So we took him down to IMG, and next thing you know, he's playing in 2 NIT tournaments and being a first round draft pick.
Yeah, I was just talking about him a day or two ago.
So it's a lot of, and those are resources and relationships. That's it. Those are connections. Nobody had seen that kid play.
Right. Got to have both. You got to be able to, seize the opportunity, whether it's a parent or the kid himself or a coach. You got to use your resources and those connections. But the player has to do their part once
They
get
have
the
to.
opportunity.
They have to. I don't think people know how hard it is.
All right, so moving on. Let's go with
Trey got another chatty patty.
Trey got 3.
Damn.
Trey got all of them.
We got a patty melt.
Yo, spring break, dog. He got nothing else to
I was
do.
sending symbols with him. Strong.
Transferring
100%.
to high school, coach. Let's go there.
Ooh.
And also, you can drop the open lines, too. We can take a call or two. I think we're doing pretty well on time.
I saw this one.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I've been going back and forth on with myself and also the players, coaches, trainers, and parents that I work with. Is it better for a high school player to be the best player on their team and have a ton of responsibility, and a lot of the winning and losing falls on them? So they have to make winning plays, they have to score, they got to rebound, they got to guard, they got to learn how to make everybody else around them better. Or is it better for them to go and, transfer to a school where, there's already a handful of really good players and now they're playing a more specific role? I don't know what benefits them more. It's probably situational, but I always just feel like the more responsibility you have on your team, the better it is for development.
Oh, y'all know I was going.
That's why I said you got a perspective. You got a perspective.
I have a perspective.
I send that. I know I send that to you guys on Instagram.
Yeah,
you see, I got chatty patty from both of
224.
y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Chatty patty. We want to hear about this chatty patty right here.
Yeah.
What you think, Ward?
Come on, go ahead, Joe.
Come on, Clay.
Tell him something, Joe.
Why we all coming for Joe?
Y'all, we always talk about the same thing over and over, but I want to see.
But it's from somebody else.
But we want to hear from Joe. So, Joe, what you got? That's Joe over there, too.
Joe.
Come on, Joe. Tell him something,
What you
Joe. The
think?
world want to hear you, Joe.
I don't know, man.
Tell him something, Joe.
I'm all a firm believer, and so we're talking about transferring because I didn't hear the first part.
Transfer in high schools. Is it better to be on a team that you're the man and you got to do everything, or if you're on a team where the team is really good players, and you have to come in there and play a role and contribute?
I mean, it just depends on. Honestly, it just depends on the player. I mean, you can go back and you can say, hey, he can't play at that level, or she can't play at that level, but she can contribute something to that team.
Right.
Or you can transfer to a school and you can be the man and you can be seen as well. But at the same time, it comes down to what are these coaches looking for? Are they looking for a team player? I mean, take Tyson, for example. They love that dude because he wins.
Right.
Every place that he's been. He may not be scoring 25. He may not, but he does everything well. That goes a long way for coaches. And it goes to that connection about who's going to see him and get back to the league, and he's on everybody's radar now. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's he just does everything well. Or you can go in and you can be like where we played, and you score 30, and you keep a job every single year. You have to. You can be the AI, or you can be the,
But you have to win, too.
You got to win.
Yep.
Got to win.
Over there, you got to win.
And I think he's talking about high school too. And high school is a lot harder. Like you definitely want to be noticed. Girl,
Close your eyes.
is it me? No, but you gotta. High school is different.
Yeah, that's true.
In the sense of, if nobody's watching you play, it's tough.
Yep.
And I know, we'll let Chris jump in because.
Oh, you know what the old head gonna say.
Right. And I see both sides though.
Right.
What you got, Chris?
Go ahead.
A lot of coaches in the county see both sides now too. I've been pretty critical of Blake all season long in games where I thought they'd lose and people got mad. Blake did something that everyone was like controversial about, couldn't do it, and they went and did it. And so I applaud them for what they did because they had a target on their back every single game, and then they produced and got somewhere where the other 27 other public schools in the county wish they were at. The way of us growing up where we went to our high school that was 3 miles away is gone. It's just the nature of there wasn't a question where I went to high school. I was going to my local high school. I was playing there and going, That's out the window now. And so
They had that in Maine.
we did have that in Maine.
You ain't had no track, bitch. You had one school. I seen Dawson's Creek.
I wish it was Dawson's Creek. But now we got all these other schools that are like, oh, Blake did it. Now I'm going to go and get transfers. And coaches that thought it was, pardon my language, a bunch of bullshit. Oh, I'm never going to get transfers. Now they're trying to get 4 or 5 kids from other schools to go and do it. Well, you're not Blake. You're not going to be able to do it. And I'm using Blake as an example.
Yeah, because people did it way before Blake.
And they didn't do it. And I got coaches that told me, I'm never doing this. We're going to call. That same coach is trying to get 4 players right now to do the same thing. And so is it going to be how we wish it was going to be, where, everybody in 33606 is going here and everybody in 33629 is going here? That's out the window. Do I like the teaming up? I don't personally. But it's not changing, and so you got to adapt. Right. Like in the business world, right? Like I don't like some of the changes where there's only 2 platforms for MySpace. I got no option. We got to do it. And so I'm over the narrative of like, oh, Blake's doing it. That's a bunch of BS. There's a ton of other schools that are doing it.
But let me ask you
Jesuit
this.
brought in transfers. Jesuit brought in transfers.
But
CBS
let me ask you
brings in
this, though.
transfers.
In college, is it the same? Meaning, do you pick a school just because, hey, they want you, or do you also look at the roster and see the coaching and all that stuff? That all plays a part, right?
Well, you have to look at fit,
Right.
But also too, we just talked about it with, the exposure and not the exposure, the connections versus the talent and all that stuff. So, I think you, as a parent, as a player, you have to put your kid or yourself in the best situation possible if you want to get to that next level. Right. Sometimes it might not be the popular thing to do, to make that move. Now I know Willis always says that.
What you talking about?
Some of these players transfer and they still recruited to the same place that they were recruiting for. You know what I mean? And which is
his thing is that they end up going to the same place they were if they stayed previously.
Right, which is true in most cases, but and I agree with that. But you also have to look at the opportunity that they had by making that move. And we talked about it. So you got to display your talent. So the ones that are getting recruited, the same opportunity, they're not getting any different recruitment by making the move. They didn't display the talent to make that move to get recruited by larger. You know what I mean? So, but they put themselves in a situation where they had the opportunity to showcase in front of them. Right. So, and that's what it's all about. You're putting yourself in a better position, I think, to showcase what you can do by teaming up. That same Bakersfield guy that we talked about, is it Bakersfield?
Yeah, CSU Bakersfield.
He's mentioned it before. Like, if you can team up, he said team up because you can make a run so we can get in and see as many good players as we can in front of you.
Trickling down from the top.
And one other thing, and then I'll wrap it up. One other thing about that, then I'll let Joe. The 3 schools that went the farthest, because I did a little research for 3 schools that went the farthest, in my opinion, you could even use a 4. I'll put Plant City in there. The 3 schools that went the deepest had high impact transfer players. Mm-hmm. Berkeley, Matt Abel, transfer player.
DJ.
And Johnny Jones is DJ. Johnny Jones. Mm-hmm. Slam, Daniel McGregor. Mm-hmm. Blake.
The kid from Largo.
And the kid from Aiden Moore. Mm-hmm. Blake, Kentrell Martin. Plant City, I think, was the next farthest. Someone can hold me to it, but I think Plant City went the next farthest, regional final.
Correct.
Gavin Tinsley. Mm-hmm. So the schools that went the farthest all had big-time transfer players. And I think the other 2 we go back would be Plant, and they got MJ, and I think those. So look, the proof's in the pudding. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it, but they're getting there.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put this perspective on because I like thinking openly. So from a high school perspective, from an individual standpoint, it's just like AAU. When you go to AAU, you playing with the best of the best.
Correct.
Right? High school, you're supposed to come back and play with your high school team and be that guy on your team. Right? So if you go, in some AAU programs, you have 2 guys that they are probably pushing, and they have rest of the guys be role players.
Rebound, play defense.
Rebound, play
Get the ball to
defense.
them.
So, but we don't really know the data behind those other guys that are getting recruited from these high-rated programs. And then, since we're talking about Blake, let's use Blake for an example. We all know KJ Barnes is a top 25 player.
Correct.
Right.
If he was at any other school starting and being the guy, he would have been a top 25 player. But from the coach's circle, with Blake being so dominant, they already had 2 players that pretty much everybody knew about that kind of aced him out. You know what I'm saying? So
By their
it
standards.
can be a
Which
gift
is
and a curse.
dumb. And those
Right.
coaches should be ashamed of themselves.
Right, but it is.
Is you dumb?
You know. So, but I can go off personal too, because even at Hillsborough, my first 3 years at Hillsborough, I had a core that was just a core. Like that was my core, that what I had. But I told John, I remember telling John this because I was working at Youth Build with him. I said, it's like the field of dreams. If you build it, they're gonna come.
Right.
We started winning. Then we went to the regional finals the second year. Third year, we go to regional finals with a chance to win, like 1 game away from state again. And guess what? The floodgates open. If I would have stayed at Hillsborough, I would still be in the same space of they would have still been coming.
Right.
And I'm being honest. Like, even with me leaving, I was getting calls for people talking about moving from out of the state into the state to come to school.
Right.
Is that something that I wanted? No. Why? Well, and I'm not going to.
Because you're an old head.
Well, no. So, no. The reason was the buy-in, right? Because I knew I was going to have other issues because you weren't coming for anything else but basketball, and if basketball wasn't going good for you, that means everything else in the school wasn't going to go good for you because you had no relationship with the kids, you had no relationship with the school, the neighborhood. So if basketball did not go right for you, there were going to be issues and there were going to be problems with that kid. And luckily, basketball went right for the kids that came in. Luckily. I had a couple of situations where basketball didn't go right, but that kid had been to 6 different schools in 4 years. Like, that's an issue where kids go, I had other kids come in, they've been to 3, 4 different schools in 4 years.
So what causes that? Right now in high school basketball, what's causing that?
Social media.
Money. These kids are trying to get their money.
Trying
Their
to get that
parents is
bag
trying to get their money.
early.
Oh, 6 high schools?
It all comes down to money, in my opinion.
So, that's that.
You're
that
talking
was,
about money on the next level, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. I don't know if the parents are thinking about their kids making it to the league. Obviously, everybody wants to, but it comes to the fact that you want to get your kid an education as well. I got to make him show out. I got to do whatever he got to do so he can show out. He got to be in that space to be seen so he can get his school paid for. And then whatever happens.
The narrative is now is not student athlete.
No.
Correct.
Which is what he wants to keep it.
That's just
that
the
way.
narrative.
Athletic student.
The narrative is not student athlete.
And the only reason that is because I know how hard it is. Like, I know how hard it is to be a Division I athlete. I know how hard it is to be a pro. Like, it's really hard. You have to be really, really blessed in that space. You have to have some luck, you have some resources, and then you got to be damn good. You got to be a little different. And a lot of these kids that are in that space are not, like, they don't want to be different. They're not okay with being uncomfortable. And that's an issue. That's where the issues. You called me 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, JoJo, 8:30 in the morning, in the gym by himself, working out. I didn't get home to 2:30.
Right.
And I'm up, and the only reason, if it's not too many kids, I wouldn't do it for. JoJo, I would do it. Junior, I would do it. Jackson, because I know they go hard, right? And I know how much time and energy they put in. It's not too many kids I would have got my ass out of bed for, right? But just because I know what he wants and where he wants to go, that's the kid that I want to give it to. Well, that's not the kid that's going to want what we're talking about. The kid that didn't get out of bed, the kid that's not working, they want all this, and they're going to try to transfer in, and they're going to try to get this by clinging on to something. That's the kid I ain't want to come there. That's the issue.
So, John, do you You'll say it better. Do you want to talk about the transfer in Oklahoma? The guy told us when we were in Charlotte.
Go ahead, because I don't remember.
I had too many drinks. I thought you'd remember. In Oklahoma now.
You had one drink.
I did not have one drink. I tried to go to in Oklahoma.
Shout out to Under Armour.
Yeah. In
People
Oklahoma.
right now in Charlotte.
In Charlotte. In Oklahoma, if you transfer now.
Oh, yeah, the rule. Yeah, go ahead.
You got it? Or?
No, you got it.
If you transfer in Oklahoma now, you have to sit out 1 year.
It's the same
So
as it
you
was.
get
back-
one
back in
transfer.
the
You
day.
get one transfer
In high school?
in high school, and then after that, you have to sit out a year. So you're allowed one transfer.
Oh, you get one transfer.
You get one, which is fine. Maybe you had a bad experience, but not 3, 4, and then
Right.
you have to sit out a full year.
Makes sense.
I
That's
like
the
that
new
rule, to
rule.
be honest
And
with
you
you.
lose a year eligibility.
You lose a year of
Yeah.
eligibility.
I'm going out of state.
So you think you should be able to transfer multiple times?
Transfer as many times as you want. I mean, I don't see what the problem. If you see a bigger, a better opportunity, a better fit, you look at the kid from Winter Haven. I think he was at Kathleen, went to Bartow, left Bartow, went to Winter Haven. Or, I mean, like I think he transferred multiple times, and he ended up getting on at FAMU. He's doing really well there now. He put himself in a better situation. They made the state finals last year with him. I mean,
You say he's doing well at where?
fam,
And he doing.
0 plus 0 is 0.
No,
You stay in a bad situation and you go nowhere. You know what I mean,
No, but who says that he wouldn't get it anywhere else? I'm just saying, like,
I mean,
But he had to have a reason to.
when Haven plays a damn near national schedule, plays a really tough schedule. They get out, they play year round, they go to all the hoop exchange, they go to all that. I mean, he got a lot of basketball in at Winter Haven.
Did he go over there and play as a role player, or was he one of the guys?
He was a role player. Actually, he ended up averaging, because the kid that went to Georgia, he was the third leading scorer.
Dylan James.
Dylan James.
Yeah, he was the third leading scorer on that team.
you lost a kid from Georgia?
No, he went to Georgia. No,
Oh.
he played for me at a
Yeah,
younger
but-
age.
Oh, okay. I was like,
He played with us on the,
So I mean, it happens. I mean, I think you see guys put themselves in a better situation. You look at Jameer Jones. He was at
Sarasota.
Sarasota Riverview.
Yeah.
I think if he would have stayed there, I think he would have been fine because he was doing extremely well.
Yeah.
Went to IMG as a sophomore. Probably bit off a little bit more than he could chew. Was getting minutes off the bench, barely playing. The game I went to, I think he played 3-4 minutes. Transferred to Oak Ridge, plays a national schedule. Did he do 2 years at Riverview?
1 Riverview, 1 IMG, 1. Now he's at Oak Ridge for his junior year.
That's right, he's a junior. I'm tripping. Yeah, so he's a junior at Oak Ridge and played very well. They lost in the championship, almost beat the Boozers. It came down to a last overtime loss, actually. And he 29 points in the semifinal game, had a big second half in the championship game. I think he had an 18 or something like that. That's a better situation for him. You know what I mean? If you listen to old head over there, he'd still be at IMG over there sitting his ass on
But
that
it's
bench.
about, like you said, it's about fit.
No, he was still being in Riverview.
Yeah, that's true.
So let me ask y'all this.
Fit and situation, like you say.
Going back to what Chris and his mentality is, if this would have happened 20 years ago and kid was jumping school, it wouldn't have been about his talent. It would have been about his integrity as a person.
Well, you didn't
Why
see it.
is he jumping?
We didn't see it.
We didn't
back
see
in
it.
the day.
That's
Yeah.
if somebody transferred out of a university back then because they didn't really do it in high school, you just went where you went. What kind of kid is he?
Right.
That's what's going to start being asked. Now that's not asked anymore because
don't
it's
care.
so common. They don't care.
Yeah, because you mentioned it was trickle down. Like
It's trickled down from the
LeBron
money at the
and Big
NBA to the NIL to the portal where you can just jump in and go wherever you want to. I mean, I believe everybody's seen that Deion Sanders clip where he said, "I don't want any true freshmen. True freshmen can't do anything for me. I want guys that are 300 pounds that run a 4.5. That's the ones that can help me win right now because every single year their job's on the line."
Correct.
That's where it's all coming from right now.
Which in our day, it was just the coaches that recruited from JUCO that were doing it.
Right.
They wanted a proven player that was older, more mature, that can come in and help me right now. So you had some coaches that would only recruit from JUCO.
Right.
It was very rare that they recruited from.
And there was, if you transferred straight across in college, you had to sit out a year.
You had to sit out a year.
You had to transfer
Kids
down.
were a lawyer back then too. There really wasn't no money involved.
Yeah.
Right.
There
was
the
money
yeah.
involved, but it wasn't money involved.
Yeah.
All right, we got 26 minutes.
26 minutes. All right, so let's move on to the next chatty patty. It's basketball in the U.S. It's one of Dre's other chatty patties.
I seen that one.
Yep.
You know, get you a part-time job when y'all on break.
Oh, that's a random dude.
USA.
Oh, I'm not sure why the audio's not working. Hang on.
I already know where this is going.
You got 4 bonus minutes, put over ass.
I was reading the comments.
Like, y'all want to learn how to do some bullshit in training. Y'all want to learn how to do a step back. What I noticed about basketball in the United States over the past 4 to 5 years, you kids don't watch basketball no more. Y'all watch highlights. And because y'all watch highlights, y'all want to learn how to do some bullshit in training. Y'all want to learn how to do a step back. Oh, show me how to do a jelly fam layup. Oh, show me how to do this move that Kyrie Irving did. And you know what's wrong with that? You don't understand that. Those goddamn moves only happen maybe 3 or 4 times out the game. You do realize simple basketball is played throughout the majority of the game. But since y'all want to try to do all these, between the leg, behind the back, shoot a 3 like Steph Curry, you guys don't realize that looks stupid, that's not basketball. And only reason why you don't know how to play real basketball and your IQ is low because you don't watch real games. You watch highlights. You watch somebody never miss. You don't even care about the defense because ain't no defensive highlights unless it's a block shot. About PJ Tucker, the one that slide in the lane and take charges. What about Draymond Green? Everybody talk about Draymond Green as a hell of a defender. Do you know why he's a hell of a defender? Because he knows how to help at the right moment. Blitz to pick and roll. Keep his hands back, and when it's time for a switch, he know how to guard an isolation on the perimeter like nobody in the history of the game can do.
All right, chatty patty Dre, what you got?
Man, he said it all.
He sure did. Yes, he
What you
did.
got?
He
Dropped the mic.
He dropped the mic. He said it all. And that just goes back to, some of the things that we already previously been talking about just the forming a fundamental foundation of the game. And that's why some of high school kids struggle with the college game or getting recruited for college because they're training for the NBA. And those 2 different types of games, where it depends on what school you go to. Because the Kentuckys and the one and done schools are those type of schools that prepare you for the NBA. So that's my take on that.
Everybody good on that one?
Yeah, that was good.
All right, so I got a little bonus. It's been sitting in the archive for a minute. It says makes, misses, effort. This is one of my chatty patties. It's been sitting in there since, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, for 3 weeks it's been sitting. Don't blow the dust off that one, Taurus.
Billy had a player who went 2 for 11 and played 38 minutes. And this player got totally down on himself when he wasn't playing good. So 2 for 11 is not very good. So Billy walked in and he asked the player, how many shots did you miss last night? This was the next day. The player says 9. How long does it take for you to shoot a shot? The player was a little confused. He said about a second. How many minutes did you play? The player says 38. So let me get this straight. You allowed 9 seconds to affect the rest of the 37 minutes and 51 seconds you played.
Wow. That's dope.
Right. So I've been hanging on. I've been hanging on to that one because
You sent it to us, though.
Did I send it to you?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, you did, because I shared it.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite ones. I'll give it. That hit hard. That hit hard.
Okay, so how you thought JoJo played the other day in the championship game?
I thought he did well.
How you thought he played?
I think he did pretty much all right until they got down and he was looking for some direction. That's black, and he kept
But I also
looking up there
think-
at you because I was right there by you.
I also think they weren't hitting after the third quarter, they weren't hitting him or anybody else like consistently, and you can tell in his mind he was like, "Man, I got to do something." It wasn't just scoring; it's just I got to do something. I can tell that was going through his mind.
Right. So when I had some coworkers come to the game, and they thought he played really, really well because he's so active and he does so much. He was 1 for 14, 1 for 14 in that game that night. But because I mean, he had 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 assists, 3 steals, something like that. You know what I mean? It was a good stat line across the board. Most of his points were free throws, but had he got down on himself for missing those shots, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and you know, I've always, like that conversation I've always had with him. What are you doing when you're not scoring? Right. So if you ever hear me say, JoJo, you just out there.
Yes.
That means you're not having an impact on the game. I need a help side block. I need rebounds. I need, you know what I mean, run the floor. I need you to dive on the floor and get a loose ball. You got to do something. You can't let, you know, you missing the shot. Like the guy said, and it was a very creative way that he put it. Takes 1 second to shoot that shot, so you letting 9 seconds impact the other 27 minutes of your game.
That's a dope stat.
So, but since you made that point, when I watched the game, I wouldn't even know he went 1 for 14.
I would have never known 1 for 14.
Nobody knew that. Nobody knew that. Everybody thought he had a really good game. Like, I mean, but yeah, one for 14, 1 for 13.
Well, let me say this: Dave and I went to the underrated, I guess, symposium for Under Armour last week, and Paul Bencardi was there. You know, he's one of the biggest, you know, I guess what do you call it, scouts or whatnot. Anyways, this is what he said. He says he doesn't like highlights. Don't ever send him a highlight.
Right. Yeah, let's rephrase it. Don't even send it to him.
The fuck I just say?
He said doesn't like he was emphatic. Like,
he does not want. He wants full games.
Yeah.
He wants full games. But he also said he looks at the body, the development of your body. He does look at that as a scout.
Right.
The body language. Okay. What type of teammate you are. Highlight and exposure means nothing. He kept saying that. That doesn't get you recruited. It doesn't get you scholarship. How a kid makes a play. So let's go back to what you just said to JoJo. He might not even looked at the stats. I even think he said something about the stats. He don't even care about the stat sheet. So how a kid makes a play. So he would have seen the energy, how they run. You know what I'm saying? And the coordination. These were big on his list when he's talking about that stuff.
Right.
And then rating over ranking.
Correct.
Yep. Like, for example, KJ Morgan. When we were in Arizona last year, and that's KJ that plays for TC, Texas A&M was there watching him. And he came to watch, you know, the team, came to see JoJo. And they saw KJ Morgan, saw his body, how he runs up and down the field. He probably played 3 minutes that game because he was just getting acclimated to the team. Maybe played every bit of 2-3 minutes that game. But he saw him, how he moved and his intangibles and his size and strength, and he caught the attention of that scout. You know what I mean? Just from that. You know what I mean? So, and I brought that up when we had the training camp and we met with them because of the platform that they're going to be on this year. Right. You know, you're going to be able to see that. So energy, effort, playing hard, you know, not worrying about, you know, the shots that you missed, you know, just making plays, making guys better. But so many people get caught up in how many points did they score or, you know, all that stuff like that. But it's the intangibles.
Yep, agree.
Like Dre says, the little bitty things.
Little bitty thing, little bitty.
Vogel, what you got for that, man? Talk to us.
mean, Chris always says it. I mean, he always talks about it. No, there's not a lot of kids out there that really know the game.
Right.
Obviously, these scouts know the game. They know what they're looking for. That will take you a long ways. I mean, and it will hurt you as well. If you're going out there and you're scoring 30 every night and you're not a good teammate and you're not showing that effort on the floor and doing what you're supposed to do as an athlete or as a student athlete, then they will see that. Obviously, if you're talented enough, there's a lot of schools or a lot of places that are going to take their chances. I mean, that guy's highly recruited. He's 6'9", 210, 215, whatever. Right. He's ready to play at the next level.
Correct.
those things do go a long way to those scouts. I mean, they're obviously still that common factor that you have to get to that level.
And this is nothing. When you talk about good teammates, this I can't remember who said. I don't know if it was Dale Curry or somebody said every kid wants a spotlight, right or wrong.
Oh,
Sure.
Every kid wants a spotlight.
Yeah.
You like this?
So he was like, "Yo, take a bulb.
It was
Bulb
it was
has a light."
It was Bob McCullough, who was a legendary
McCullough.
coach at Davidson, coached Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Went to,
So you got a bulb, right? If I give you the bulb, sooner or later, if it's lit, it's gonna get hot, right? So every kid wants the limelight until it gets hot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he was like, if you hold it too long, you get burned, aka you get exposed. Like we always talk about, yo, you're dribbling 6-7 times. The limelight is on you, but you're not going nowhere. You're getting exposed. So he was like, when it gets hot, move it. Why? So everybody can get the limelight. Everybody can get the spotlight. I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. And these kids need to start thinking about it because that's what makes you a good teammate.
But also, you got to realize that these kids are going home.
Yep.
These kids are going home and talking to their parents who want them
Right.
to succeed.
Right.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That's the
Right.
problem.
100%. Why'd you get a ball up?
Right. You shouldn't have gave that up. You got to pull that. You got to do this. You
Y'all
got to
hear me say this all the time. I tell Tyson how you define your greatness is by who you can make better around you.
Yep.
That's it. If you can't make nobody else better, you can't be great.
Right.
All right, so B. Williams said, John, that's great insight. A lot of college recruiters and what they're looking for. How can we translate that same message to coaches and eventually the players?
Well, first of all, if you talk about what school your child is going to, I
That's my
think
boy T. Green. Go ahead.
I think you got to know what the coach
My
wants,
teammate.
and you got to know what culture you're going
You
to.
talking college or high school?
I'm thinking about the college recruiter. So they're in high school right now. That's what he's talking about.
No.
So as a coach, you shouldn't depend on one person anyways to win the game.
Agreed.
Everybody has a job to do. I coach 8th grade right now. If the ball is on this side and you standing straight up, you're not doing your job. You should at least look like you're ready for something. So the coach everybody doesn't have the same leash. Everybody doesn't have the same respect from the coach in reference to shooting the ball or defending the ball. Everybody always you got that number one defender. You got a number one on every aspect of the game. So I think the coach has to put that spotlight the proper way for each kid.
Sure.
It might not be you scoring. It might be, yo, Joe, go give me 10 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? So I think that as a parent, that's what I'm looking for. And hopefully all coaches understand that, yo, you can't win me the game by yourself.
Right.
So that's the way I see it.
Yep, that was B. Williams on that. T. Green says sometimes too much training can hurt because it can make a kid robotic on the court and forget the natural play of the game. If that makes sense. It does 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so how much
The
time
dude
we
just
got?
said what? Kids don't play enough.
Yep.
They don't play enough. They don't go play pickup.
Well, how about this? What you said the other day. Talk about it.
About the fouls?
Yep.
You know, it's actually on social media. It's kind of like going back to what T. Green is saying. You know, kids, a common foul now, kids always want to jump up and act like they're getting ready to fight. I think I sent it to you guys. Everybody, just a hard foul, a nice basketball play. That was a hard play back in the day. What we say yesterday. What happened there last night?
With the LSU?
LSU.
Oh, with-
no,
yeah.
no, not LSU.
South Carolina, yeah.
South
The
Carolina,
No,
girls
the men's game. When they stood
Oh,
over
when
and he pulled him
old
down.
buddy grabbed his leg
Oh,
and pulled
New
him
York.
down. Yeah.
New York.
New York and Philly.
Knicks game.
Like, next play, we would have sent him to the hole.
Oh,
and
he'd have
cleaned
been
him up,
he'd have been done.
Right.
But it's just a conversation of you give a hard foul, now everybody jumping up, want to clench their fist. And dude was saying that nobody goes outside and play at the parks. Like, they don't play anymore, so they don't know how to play. That's just a common foul at the park.
Do you remember playing 21 and somebody had 19?
You're not
You better shoot a jumper.
You better shoot a
From
fadeaway.
deep.
Like somebody gonna shoot an air ball and get a cheap tip.
That's how you
That's
win.
That's how you gonna win. You get to the basket, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna put it in that
You
damn
got
hole.
3-4 people
Yes.
chasing you, and you
And I'm the one down low, just waiting for that air ball.
Yo, but they ain't doing that no more.
Right.
But nowadays, they dunk on you and jump up like they want to whoop your ass after they dunk on you.
Correct.
Yo, but that's the thing, and that's what he's saying. Like, man, I mean, what do kids go out and naturally play without a whistle?
True.
How many of your kids go to the park and just play without a whistle? They're not in a controlled setting. Kids don't know how to play.
True. Right.
Chop Shop was just saying that tonight because they had Otis White here as a guest, and they were saying how like you go by these basketball courts out of the parks and they're empty.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah, because they too spoiled.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be inside, air conditioning, no chain nets. Can't get my fingers caught up because I'm trying to.
Man, I love playing the chain net.
That's crazy.
I was outside shooting jumpers in the snow. I had to scoop the court off and shoot jumpers in the snow.
Hey, but then you got the naysayers. Like Joe, we did it when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
But now, when we around there talking, man, we must have been crazy. Out there, son, out there playing basketball.
No, I ain't never said that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's hot enough.
But that was the only. But
Man,
that was
all
different
day
era.
from park to park to park.
I don't mind the sun if I'm out. Like if I got my work clothes on and I don't want to get there, and I'm like, oh shit, it's hot out here. I'm trying to, you know what I mean. But if I'm
playing
out there to hoop or cutting the grass, or
Man,
something,
come on, Egypt Lake.
Yeah, I don't mind the sun.
USF.
Come
on, man.
McFarland Park.
McFarland,
Man.
yeah.
McFarland Park Hall of Fame. All right, let's take it to the average.
Appreciate
Joes.
that, T.
Let's
Green.
take it to the average.
What's
Joes
up,
right
Bruce? Oh, this is the last one?
The last one of the year.
Number one.
And now it's time for the Average Joe Ranking.
All I know is I know who number one. His name is Cassius Clay.
All right. So at 25,
Mama named him Cash. I'm gonna call him Cash.
we have Tampa Bay Tech finished at 25. Now preseason, I had Tampa Bay Tech at what?
I don't remember.
24.
So they didn't meet your expectations?
They were right.
They
That's right there.
That's like within
24.
10%.
Yeah.
They still dropped it.
At 24.
all
Who we
this,
got at 24?
all this is subjective now, because you ain't take no vote on top 25.
No, it's all the
Joe.
same. It's average Joe's ranking.
Yeah, you going to put it all together.
So
make it look good.
So I got Newsom at 24. Preseason, I had them
In the top 10.
No.
12.
Okay. No, yes, he had him
I
high.
had Newsom 12.
He had him high.
All right, at 23, Hillsborough.
Burrow.
I had them 17 preseason.
Okay.
22, Sickles. I had Sickles 21. That's
pretty good.
close.
Yep.
At 21, Lonzo.
Lonzo.
I had Lonzo 22.
Mm-hmm.
That was close.
Yeah.
At 20, King High School. And I had King
You had them higher too.
13. 13.
The King.
19. Brooks DeBartolo.
Preparatory.
And I had Brooks at
Higher.
You had him unranked.
I had him underranked.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to Brooks.
And Brooks,
Okay, I
Brooks
thought he
went,
had
where'd
it.
they go? 20. They lost 4 games on the season?
23 and 4, maybe.
Something like that. All right, 18. Winthrop. I had Winthrop 23. So
Plus 5.
Yep.
Winthrop. Good job, Winthrop.
17. Ruskin Christian.
Chris Ward.
That's Chris's favorite team.
Ruskin. We gonna have the Ruskin Christian coach on here.
Man, I don't give a damn what you have on
We gonna have
here.
him on
You
here.
had a pastor come in here.
I had them unranked. They lost 2 games all year, bro.
They played Grace
I don't-
Christian Academy,
I
man.
don't-
What
Yeah,
kind
they
of
lost
schedule?
2
What
games.
kind of schedule did they play?
Wheelchair.
That's what you call it, right?
Man,
Damn.
cut it out, bro.
Yeah, Joe. I don't know about this one, Joe.
Them
Hold on.
Christian-
We
them
slide
Christian
over.
folks. Them good
Hey,
Christian
man,
folks.
look,
Them
they
good
can be
Christian
Christian
folks.
all they want.
Hey, that's the
They play some teams, they gonna get the hell beat out of 'em.
Connection. He knows something. He knows
All
something
right,
you don't know.
Ruskin Christian, I'm gonna challenge you how I challenged Slam. What was it, 3 years ago when we first started this? When Slam was playing those bad teams and I called them out. Ruskin Christian, we need you to up the ante
They can't.
and play a tougher schedule. and lock these teams in. Y'all played CDS. Y'all played, you know what I mean? Y'all played.
They beat CDS?
They played Bell Creek.
They beat CDS?
I don't remember. They played Bell Creek. They, you know what I mean? So, but let's lock in and play a tougher schedule next year. And this old head across this table, we're going to shut him up.
And I live in Ruskin. I give y'all my address. Y'all can send me y'all schedule. Tape it on my mailbox.
What is this, Taurus? What you got going on, man?
I don't know what it is.
The audience probably trying to give you the finger, dog. He's trying to give you the finger.
That red light. Hey, hold on now. They did beat CDS.
1-900.
No, they lost to CDS by 16.
1-1. The source.
Yeah, I was trying to look up.
The second time CDS didn't.
It don't matter.
I don't care who they had. They got their ass whooped.
They got
All right, 16.
They lost to Bell Creek, Joseph Duke.
Tampa Preparatory at 16.
Where were they?
They should have been. They should have made top 10, bro.
Oh, they lost.
Lost to Tampa Catholic.
But they got put out the playoffs.
What was their record,
Everybody
Joe?
else was still
What was their
alive.
record?
You ain't said it about Sefton Christian.
I'm just asking. What was their record? You ain't got the 7
I had them
yet.
14 preseason.
You can't handle the truth.
What was
their record?
He the coach.
23-4.
And they finished 16?
We lost to
What kind of schedule did they play?
Man, stop it.
four district champions. We beat TC. Beat
that's
Bell Creek.
That's what kind of schedule?
Man, come on.
So why
Ain't no damn Ruskin Christian schedule.
So why didn't they make the tournament then?
Because we're in the hardest region in the state.
Why didn't they make the tournament?
In the hardest region in the state.
Yeah, I like that.
They had the better record though.
We're the hardest region in the state. The worst team in our region that made it was 117.
Okay, so then why did Tampa Catholic make it if they were barely over 500 then?
Tampa Catholic?
Yeah.
They made it to district final and they had a stronger strength of schedule.
Stronger strength of schedule. So
But you can't. That's a bad. Joe, the
It's
worst.
not. It's
The
still
worst
about
team
this.
in our region was 113 and 113. You know what the worst team in your
Where's
region
that
was?
schedule? They got
Listen.
eliminated.
Do you know
Check
the
this
worst?
out.
They Gaither go on.
Oh, we got it. Yeah. Hey, listen. Switch Ruskin Christian schedule with Tampa Prep schedule.
We gotta
That's all
go.
I'm saying.
We gotta move. 16, 15 for Gaither.
Who was Blake's
Preseason, I had Gaither 25.
I ain't got no horse in this race.
14.
Oh, wait till Team Blue comes up.
Robinson High School at 14. Preseason, I had Robinson.
Had to be low, I think.
That's a bad. Did I have my rank?
Hey, shout out to Coach Smith, man.
I had Robinson unranked preseason.
Coach Smith, thank you very much, man. That was awesome, awesome,
13.
man. He retired.
And I second the motion that I don't see him.
13, Sumner.
Yeah, Smith retired, man.
Preseason, I had Sumner 15. 12, Bloomingdale.
What number is that right there?
Not ranked.
Preseason, I had Bloomingdale
Not ranked.
unranked.
Bloomingdale?
He is statistic.
I'm trying to spin the.
What are we talking about?
Your first playoff game, the team you played was ranked 252 in the state.
That team went on.
Ranked 252.
They went further than Tampa Prep.
We're in that district. Would be the
I
three
don't give a
seed.
damn what district you're in. They went further than y'all.
I knew that was coming.
That's a
Ain't
horrible.
nobody come to see you, Otis. Ain't
Further than y'all.
nobody come to see you,
At
Otis.
11.
So Brandon
Let's go,
Academy's
man.
rather. That's ridiculous.
At 11. Clanton High School.
See, you should have stayed in playing.
Preseason, I had them 7.
we beat Plant by 16.
They went
You
further.
hear that, Willis?
They
He
went
talking
further,
noise,
they went
Willis.
further than y'all did.
That's just like putting real finest chocolate in stores. You
At 10.
wonder why it ain't getting bought.
Bell Creek at 10.
We beat Bell Creek.
I had Bell Creek preseason at 6.
Okay.
I think Joe Holden hating on Tampa Prep.
No, they lost.
I'm with you, Dave.
Thank you, Dre.
They lost.
Look, hey, come on, man. Let's go. Keep
I
going,
explained the
man.
average Joe's
Let's
ranking
go,
to you
man.
guys.
Let's go, man.
Once you get eliminated, you can't move forward. You're
I
stuck
already
in where
know,
you
man.
are. All the active teams keep going.
Joe,
all
just
the
so you know,
active
we
teams
beat
go in
these two
front of
teams.
you.
Right
Hey,
here.
All the
let's
active
go,
teams go in front
man.
of you. At 9.
I'm just starting stuff, man. I have no clue.
I think it's fun.
Wharton at 9. Preseason, I had Wharton 4. At 8. Durant, who made it further than Tampa Prep. Preseason, I had Durant 18. So Durant proved me wrong.
Oh, they had a pretty good year.
At 7.
First-year coach.
Another school that made it further than Tampa Prep. Jesuit Tigers. Preseason, I had Jesuit 5.
Where you have them?
5.
No, I'm saying where you have them now.
7.
Oh, that ain't bad. Plus,
At 6, Tampa Catholic. I had Tampa Catholic 9.
ooh.
Oh wow.
Yep. At 5, Plant City. I had Plant City 8 preseason.
Oh my God, my man.
So
Billy
what
T.
strength of schedule you use?
F4.
Oh my God.
Lato High School. Plant City made the regional finals, didn't they? One game
They
before
did.
state.
They did.
Look at you, man. Come on, man.
I'm stopping it from going out.
Oh, man. Let me scan this cat. I got to find it again.
Oh, there.
Man, nobody care what you showing. Nobody care what you showing. Plant City made it to the regional finals. Tampa Prep didn't even make it out the district. Out the second round of the
Because
district.
we're in a tougher region.
Oh, well, I don't give a damn what region. You didn't make it to no regional finals.
And you went in the top 8 in your region? In the top 8?
We're the hardest region in the
Yeah,
state.
sound
What teams on that?
Berkeley Prep,
Uh-huh.
Gateway Charter,
Okay.
First Baptist.
I don't know.
He said, I
First
don't know them.
Baptist. All right, here we go.
Hey, come on, let's go. We gotta go.
Lato High School. I had them preseason.
Joe doesn't like
I had them
facts.
preseason at 11.
Oh.
At 3, yeah, I was wrong about Lato. They were really good.
They were
At
good.
3, Slam. I had Slam preseason number 2.
Do.
At 2,
You had them number 2?
Berkeley Prep
You had Slam number 2?
Yeah.
preseason. Yes.
And at 3?
At 3,
Ain't bad.
Berkeley Prep 2 at preseason. I had them 1.
1.
Pretty good.
And at number 1, we made it further than Tampa Prep. Blake High School
But they were the
at
last,
number
they were
1.
the last one to lose.
Last one standing, and I had them at. And they were in a weaker district than Tampa Prep.
Wait,
Hey, so look, if you play
I
next
had them
year,
number 3.
I'm just going back to last time we was on the podcast.
Dre, you played a pretty tough schedule.
No, we ain't talking about I'm talking about the last team losing because we specifically
now
asked.
look at what Billy T said. Hold on, I hate to cut you off. I got to go. Technically, Oak Ridge 7A region was the toughest in the state, but Prep's region was really good too.
I don't think Billy's right.
Billy is right, bro.
You heard that, Billy T? I
So
don't
you said
think
Blake
you're
would
right.
have to move. They were the last team to lose.
listen, if you play in state, make sure they give you the 8 o'clock game
yeah.
the last day so you can be ranked higher.
We asked him that last week.
He did say that, though.
He did say
Now,
that.
if everybody would have lost in the Final Four, I would have had to go in and look at how much they lost by the rank of the team. I would have did a little thing.
Now, I ain't say I didn't agree with you, but I'm trying to understand your logic.
You know the logic. I talk about the logic
Wait,
all the
Blake
time.
made the furthest. Blake should be number 1.
That's what we were trying to tell him last week when he
It's
said
about going further,
when we
not the
said
last game.
If Blake the last team playing and they lose, well they won't be number
I
one.
was joking.
Blake
I would have did that.
I wasn't here.
Taurus, go ahead and take us out of here,
you wasn't
Taurus.
here.
But I'm going to tell you this.
Hey, we're
Rusty
like
Christian shouldn't be up there.
We here next week?
Why not?
I'm just asking.
I wouldn't be.
The Ruskin
Hey,
coach coming on here.
what we should do is
Brian Coach Finland on here.
the top
Or
10
whoever
teams that go the furthest should have a tournament and see who's the king of the hill.
Ain't nobody
baby.
go there. Ain't
Ain't nobody come and see Otis.
to it.
Welcome to the weekly podcast that keeps it real about youth sports, social issues, and sports in general. The Final Word with your hosts, Joe, Dre, John, Chris, and Dave. And now, without further ado, presenting the Final Word.